What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today, I'm bringing you guys a breakdown of how to beat the brand new 30 stamina Fortnite dungeon coming to One Piece Treasure Cruise, being the Sky Knight Ganfor. So this is an awesome Fortnite with some brand new units, some pretty nice skill books as well. So without further ado, guys, let's get straight into the video. So first off, here is the brand new unit that is the final boss of this Fortnite dungeon, being Ganfor, the Knight of the Sky. So he's a 4-star unit. He is a quick striker type unit with no secondary typing, and he has 20 cost like most Fortnite units. He has 2 socket spots. Now at max level, at level 99, he has just over 1700 health, a little over 1200 attack, and 300 recovery. So overall, for a Fortnite unit, these stats are really good. And his captain effect will boost the attack of striker type characters by 2.5 times if your HP is above 50% at the start of the turn. So this is a very nice free-to-play captain for striker type units if you don't have guys like Aokiji, or if you guys don't have any guys like Eustace Kid. So if you guys don't have those units, then this guy's a really good captain replacement for striker type units. And his special, which starts at 22 turns and maxes at 14 turns, will deal 15 times this attack of this character in quick damage to one enemy, and then boost the attack of characters in the top row by 1.5 times for 2 turns. This special's kind of weird, you know, it does the damage, which is really nice. It actually does a decent amount of damage considering how much attack he actually has. But it only boosts the captains on your team by 1.5 times for 2 turns. Now, you can't actually stack this with another type booster. So, like, if it's like boost free spirit characters by 1.5 times, you can't stack it with this special, which makes this special a little bit, like, not as efficient as some other different specials that you could potentially use. So overall, I think this unit is okay, you know, for a unit that's under 20 cost, and, you know, it can be used in a Sengoku team, and it's a free-to-play unit, 1200 attack, 1700 health, pretty good, you know, 300 recovery as well. Overall, a really well-balanced unit in stats, a really good captain effect if you guys don't have Kid or Aokiji, or Virgo even. That was the other one I was looking for, but the special is a little lacking, but overall, a pretty nice unit. Moving on to the brand new unit, Pierre, which is basically Ganfor's pet bird thing that he rides around in Skype. Now, this actually isn't the hidden boss within this Fortnite. This is kind of like another miniature boss, and this guy is a 3-star unit. He is a Dex fighter type character, and he has a cost of 12 and only a single socket spot. Now, at level 50, you can see stats there aren't really that great. You know, 920 health, 480 attack, 182 recovery. Pretty average stats because it is a 3-star unit overall, and his captain effect doesn't really have one. It doesn't have a single captain effect, but his special, which starts at 22 turns and maxes at 14 turns, very similar to Ganfor. He will randomize slots with strength, quick, or int, or psi orbs. So basically, he'll just randomize your whole team into those type of orbs. It's weird how they leave out Dex orbs. I don't really understand why they wouldn't put Dex orbs in there. But yeah, basically, it'll just randomize it with strength, quick, int, or psi. So overall, I don't think he's going to be that used, considering his stats are pretty bad, and there are other orb randomizers or manipulators that are just better to use in his situation. But yeah, he's kind of there. I'd probably still try and max him out, but yeah, and it's kind of a little bit of a shame that he only has 1 socket spot. If he had like 2 or 3, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, only 1 socket spot is a little bit of a shame. So overall, probably not one of the better units that we've seen in a Fortnite, just of recent. Now, moving on to the hidden boss, which is Conus, the Skype Maiden. Now, this unit is actually pretty interesting in my opinion. So she is a 4-star unit, and she is a Psi free spirit character, and she has a cost of 15, 3 socket spots, which is actually amazing. So 3 socket spots, and she maxes out at level 20. Now, she does drop as a 3-star unit, and you have to evolve her into a 4-star unit, but at level 70 as a 4-star unit, she has 912 health, 388 attack, and 387 recovery. That is an insane recovery stat. Now, her captain effect will boost the recovery of all characters by 5 times if the HP is below 30% at the start of the turn. This isn't really what she's used for. Her captain effect is very bad. However, her special, which starts at 27 turns and maxes at 14, so it maxes like Pierre and Ganfor at 14 turns, will boost the attack and recovery of free spirit characters by 1.5 times for 2 turns, and then it will seal herself for 3 turns. So I'm pretty sure if you have level 3 anti-chain sockets, it will immediately unlock this unit. So to boost the attack and recovery of free spirit characters by 1.5 times, for 2 turns, that is insane. That is really good. If you guys don't know, the Legend Sabo His special will boost free spirit characters by 1.5 times for a single turn, and then if you hit all perfects in that turn that you activate the special, you get 2 times attack in the next turn. And then you've got another unit like Kalgara, who will boost free spirit characters by 1.3 times for 2 turns, I believe. So this unit is just another really good free spirit attack booster. And not only that, she also boosts the recovery of your free spirit characters too. And seeing that Conus here has 387 recovery, it means that your overall team's recovery is going to be quite high. So this is actually really cool. I think this unit is very underrated. If you guys don't have a really good free spirit team, or if you have level 3 anti-chains, then I would believe that this unit would be a really good unit on any free spirit team. Now let's go ahead and break down the actual dungeon itself. So let's first of all, go ahead and have a look at the condition for this Fortnite dungeon. It says, non-free spirit, evolver, and booster units have weakened stats, meaning that you have to bring a team that utilizes free spirit characters. This is similar to, all of those Impel Down dungeons where specific classes had their stats weakened to like 99%. Stats weakened at 30 stamina stages. So it means that for this 30 stamina stage, you have to bring a team of free spirit characters. Now, those free spirit characters can have a secondary typing as well, but it's just that if you bring units, one of their 2 types have to be at least free spirit in order to make sure that their stats are not weakened. So let's go ahead and have a look at the dungeon and how it works. So for the first 5 stages, stages 1 to 5, it's basic fodder stages. You've got Skype Enforcers and they're all attributes, so they're Psi, Int, Strength, Quick, and Dex. And then you've also got Quick Pigs, Baby Turtles, you got a Daimyo Turtle, a Crab, a Pirate Penguin, and a Hermit Crab as well. And then you've also got some seahorses as well. So it's just basic stages like that. And then once we head into stage 6, that's where we encounter one of the miniature bosses of the Fortnite. Once we encounter stage 6, we will find Pierre. So Pierre is the bird of Ganfor, and this unit here, Pierre, has 300,000 health and an attack power of 3,992, and he attacks every 2 turns with a 2-turn cooldown, and he is surrounded by 2 seahorses and a blue hermit crab. Now, Pierre here, he doesn't actually do too much. However, when his HP drops below 50%, he'll boost his attack and defense by 1.5 times, which means that every time he attacks, he'll be doing just under 6,000 damage to you, so definitely want to try and take him down reasonably quickly. This isn't really a good stage to try and stall on. However, I don't really know the attack power and health of the crab and the 2 seahorses. So if the crab and the seahorse have a reasonable amount of health and they don't attack for very much, you can potentially just take down Pierre and then stall on the evolution units if you really want to. But overall, it's a pretty simple stage. Just make sure you're taking down Pierre pretty quickly. You get 2 turns to deal over 300,000 health, so you should be able to do that. And yeah, so now let's move on to the final stage, stage 7, where you encounter Ganfor. Here we are at the final stage of stage 7, where we encounter Ganfor and some Skype Enforcers. So Ganfor here has 880,000 health, and he'll attack you every 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown for 7,892 damage. Now, he is also surrounded by 3 Skype Enforcers who have a health of approximately 30,000, and they will attack for 3,020 damage on an approximately 1 to 2 turn cooldown. And basically, these Skype Enforcers behind Ganfor, after 3 turns, if you do not take them down, they will lock a random unit on your team for 5 turns. So you definitely want to try and take them down quickly, and then you can try and focus all of your attack power on Ganfor, because being locked for 5 turns, it probably will end your run, as Ganfor does deal quite a lot of damage to you, and so do the Enforcers as well. They deal a lot of damage to you as well. And overall, you just want to try and take down the Enforcers first, and then you can focus all your attack power on Ganfor. For Ganfor himself, he does a preemptive attack which boosts his defense of all of the enemies on the opposing side by 3 turns. So basically, for 3 turns, he's going to have a really high defense stat, and it means that doing damage to the enemies is going to be really difficult. But they don't have that much health. As I said, the Enforcers have 30,000 health. And once you can take down those guys, you can focus your attack power on the Ganfor himself. And basically, after the first turn, he will change all of your orbs into tandem, recovery, or bomb orbs, which means that you might get a chance to recover some HP back if you had lost it in the previous stages in the dungeon. Also, tandem orbs, which are annoying, and bomb orbs, they once again make a return after the following fortnight with Noland and Kalgara. So bomb orbs will be back within this Fortnite dungeon, and basically he'll just repeat in attacking, and then he will change your orbs into tandem, recovery, and bomb orbs every 3 turns. So basically, that's basically how he goes. And then when his HP falls below 20%, he'll activate a special which does 40,000 damage to you. So most of the time, that's going to end up killing you. So you definitely want to try and burst him down before he activates that special of 40,000 damage. Otherwise, you will end your run. And overall, just everything else is pretty simple. You're just going to take down those enforcers, and then you can focus on Ganfor and make sure you don't get him below 20% when he gets a chance to attack you. Otherwise, you will die. Quickly talk about the hidden stage within this Fortnite dungeon being Conus. Now, Conus is kind of interesting because you don't actually have to attack her at all. She'll basically do a couple of speeches and then she'll just end up leaving the dungeon after recovering a little bit of health, which is actually really nice. You get like 1,000 health recovered or something like that. And then she'll leave the stage and you'll get the immediate drop. It's 100% drop rate every time you encounter her. But yeah, pretty simple. Just thought I'd mention it so you guys are a little bit confused as to why Conus just magically disappeared. Yeah, so it's a pretty easy hidden stage. Probably the easiest hidden stage we've ever encountered. You don't have to do a single thing. But yeah, you get a little bit of health recovery and then you get the free drop. Guys, now let's quickly talk about the skill book drops that you can find within this Fortnite dungeon in the Sky Knight Ganfor Fortnite. So the first one is really awesome, seeing Squad get skill books. So if you guys don't know what Squad does, he'll reduce your crew's HP by 30% and then amplify the effects of all orbs by 1.75 times for 1 turn, I believe. So that is amazing burst damage for side teams. I think he's a powerhouse unit and he's also a striker as well. So 3 different teams can utilize that, which is really cool. Moving on from that, you got the story mode Eneru. So if you guys don't know what he does 6,000 fixed damage to all enemies, and then he'll also boost the attack of side characters by 1.5 times for 1 turn, I believe. So that is actually really awesome as well. This is really good for those side teams that need to use Golden Pound Usopp. And if you use Golden Pound Usopp, it means you can't use Impact Usopp. So a lot of teams will have the story mode Eneru, and then they'll have Golden Pound Usopp. So that's really good. So if you guys have that kind of dilemma where you want to use Golden Pound, but that means you can't use Impact Usopp, then definitely story mode Eneru is really good to max out. You've also got Jewelry Bonnie, which is kind of cool. You've got Ohm, which is another story mode unit from Skype, from the Arc Maxim. You've got Conus, which is the hidden boss of this Fortnite dungeon. As I said, she boosts free spirit characters by 1.5 times for 2 turns, and also their recovery for 2 turns. And then she'll seal herself for 3 turns as well. So I'm pretty sure, I'm positive that if you have level 3 anti-chains, that it immediately unlocks her. So that's actually pretty cool. As I said previous when I introduced Conus to you guys, that if you have level 3 anti-chain, then that's actually pretty cool. You've also got Mr. 3 books, so if you guys haven't had the opportunity to max out your Mr. 3, you get a really good opportunity now. Also, Miss Doublefinger is really good to max out, really good for taking down those quick raid bosses or the quick bosses in any dungeon. Very good. And then you've also got Miss Valentine returning with her skill books as well. She's really good orb conversion for quick units, so that's alright. Not too bad skill books, I would say. Definitely Squad, really good, having Squad books in this Fortnite. And actually, in Japan, instead of Squad books, they had Strong World Luffy, I believe. So basically, we're not going to be getting the Strong World books, so they're just going to swap them out for like the Whitebeard batches, I guess. I'm not too sure what they're doing with the skill books, but I'm not complaining because Squad is a very good skill to try and max out if you guys do have him. Let's go ahead and break down a couple of teams for you guys. So the first one we're going to break down is kind of a Dex free spirit burst team, where it utilizes the captains of either 6-star Sabo or Ivankov. So these are the 2 best free spirit leads that we currently have on global. Sabo will boost by 2.75 times attack of free spirit characters. That's if you're at full HP, and if the lower your HP is, the less of a multiplier you get. But if you're at full HP, it's 2.75 times attack to free spirit characters, and he also boosts the health and recovery of all units on your team. I think it's by 1.3 times. So that is a really good boost. So if you guys don't have 6-star Sabo, you can just use the Int Ivankov, which just as a captain will give a straight 2.5 times to your free spirit characters. So you can either use your Sabo or your Ivankov as a captain, and then you can use a friend Sabo or a friend Ivankov. It really depends on what you really want to do, because Sabo is a little bit risky because you have to try and stay at full health for the best damage output, but it really is up to you. You can use any of them. Now, as for the sub-units for this team, it utilizes Law and Apu, who are both free spirit characters that basically will give you a full board of Dex Orbs. Now, the reason why we're using Double Finger, I know she is a striker and she's a cerebral character, so she's not actually getting a boost from Saba or Ivankov as a captain, and her stats will be lowered, but the only reason why she's here is because of her very, very powerful special, giving all of your Dex characters a 1.5 times boost of attack for a single turn. And then you also have Koala there as well, who would boost your fighter type characters by 1.75 times for one turn. And you really don't use that anyway, but the only reason why she's there is because she's a very powerful freedom character, a free spirit character that is a Dex unit. So, you know, you can really just swap and change for any powerful Dex unit that you have, but you know, Koala does give a boost to fighter type units, which will give herself a really big boost. And her cooldown isn't really that high either. It's only 15 and maxes at 11, so if you guys were lucky enough to get a couple of skill ups on her from dupe ones, then that's pretty cool. So overall, this team is very, very powerful for taking on the Ganfor Fortnite dungeon. The thing that we're going to be looking at is a free spirit lore team. So with this team here, you're utilizing a double lore lead, so it gives 2.5 times attack to your Dex units. And that's really, really good having two laws there. And we're also bringing Apu, which is the same as the first team that I said. With Law and Apu, you can get a full team of Dex Orbs. Now we're also bringing Koala. Now Koala can really just be switched out for any of your most powerful Dex units that you have. Now the reason why we're bringing Doflamingo and also Miss Double Finger is the same reasoning that I had Double Finger in the first team, is that even though that, you know, they don't get a boost from, you know, well, they get a boost from Law, but the reason why they're here, they don't really help us out that much, considering that their stats will be lowered, but their specials is what makes them so good. So Doflamingo amplifying our effective orbs by 2 times for a single turn, and then a 1.5 times boost to Dex characters. Overall, even though these two units aren't going to be doing that much damage, or as much damage that they should be, the rest of the units are going to be doing a hell of a lot of damage. So I strongly recommend this team if you guys have these units, especially at max special level. This team will be a lot harder to use if you don't have a max special Doflamingo, or a max special Law, or a Poo for that matter. You know, they can be probably in the range of between 15, 16, 17, 18. If they're around about that, I would recommend this team. But if they're anything higher than 20, then I probably wouldn't recommend this team. But this team works pretty well, and I think this might be one of the fastest teams to actually run this Fortnite with. I think this team will work very, very well. So now let's move on to the final team, which is a free-to-play free spirit team. Yeah, this is kind of like just made all on logic and theory, so I'm not 100% sure if this team will actually be successful in clearing the 30 stamina version, but you guys can try it out. This is basically only utilizing free-to-play units, so you have Kalgara, or you have the Int Frankie that you get for clearing Any's lobby as the captain. So if you guys know what they do, they basically will just give a 2 times boost to free spirit characters as their captain effect. However, Kalgara has that extra ability that will lower the cooldowns of all of your units on your team, which is actually pretty useful. I would strongly recommend to use Kalgara. If you guys don't have Kalgara or haven't been able to drop him, then I would then recommend the Int Frankie that you get from clearing the story mode and his lobby. So this does utilize a friend captain that will be Int Ivankov, and then you have Bram. If you guys don't know who Bram is, he's basically a story mode character that can drop from, I believe, it's either one of the Skypean arcs, it's either Arc Maxim or it's the Upper Yard, I believe. One of those two will drop Bram. A lot of you guys should probably have him, because with the recent Friend Point Sugo Fest, where you can pull for story mode characters, he was in there in the story mode Friend Point recruit. So if you guys will check your character box, you guys might have him. So if you guys do have him, definitely try and level him up, because he's actually pretty good. He delays all units on the opposing side for 1 turn. At a 15 turn cooldown, maxes at 10 turns, so that's pretty cool. Also, I've got Brook in here. So Brook is basically here just for his special, because with this team, you probably will be taking a lot of damage. So having Brook there for a little bit of health recovery. He also does, I believe he reduces defense as well, so that's actually really nice as well. You've also got Mr. 2 there. Mr. 2 there is just for a fighter type boost character, because if you're using Int Frankie, or if you're using, I think Int Frankie's a fighter, and then if you're using Int Ivankov as a friend captain, that is a fighter type character. So you have Mr. 2 boosted, and you also have Ivankov boosted with Mr. 2 special, and Mr. 2 is also a Dex character, so that helps against Ganfor. And then the last unit, I couldn't really think of too many units to put in here, so I put Aokiji just because he's the most powerful free-to-play free spirit unit that we have right now. He's very, very powerful, And if you guys have him at max special, then that's kind of good, you know, boosting striker type characters, because Kalgara is also a striker type character as well, and then you also have Aokiji as well. So I'm not 100% sure if this team will work, but if you guys have guys like a Law and a Poo, those two units will make this dungeon so much easier if you have Law and a Poo at a reasonably low skill level. That would help in clearing this dungeon a hell of a lot easier. But overall, these teams are what I'm going to recommend to you guys for clearing this Fortnite dungeon. Conclude yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. If you guys did go in to enjoy today's video, make sure to smack that like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, then make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.